I have arrived at the Racing Electronics Fan Day, and look at this beautiful thing. Bobby Miesma Jr. There is nothing better than a modified. That has, one day one of these will be mine. One day. Joey Logano's show car is here. Got some dirt modifieds, and then a late model. But this, I just love it. There's the Racing Electronics building. And the car show back there. Got a lot to check out.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good, how are you, sir? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful Little Red Express. They got the MRN truck here. Supposedly the MRN guys are going to be signing. Rusty Wallace is supposed to be here and a couple other drivers. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm way early. It's 11 to 5 and I'm already here. It's like 10:50. That's okay. I get here and I do what I have to do. I have fun. I talk. That's gonna get this demonetized. That's alright. It's easy top. And this is inside Racing Electronics. Got some iRock stuff up there. Headsets galore.
Damien, our second one's called Christine. Both of them are horror movie names. You may pick up on that. The reason is when we build them in Iowa, something bad always happens to our engineers when we're testing it out. So we always name it after horror movie characters. My money's on it for the next one. That's what we're hoping for. So this trailer and the other one, Christine, they spend 50,000 miles on the road each year.
Every year.
50,000 miles crisscrossing the country. So right there, this is the food and engineering part. So on the food part, it's everything our guys and girls feel like they need to do their job. So whether it's Snickers, Cheez-Its, healthy food for Kim, you know, non-healthy food for everybody else, you know, whatever we want, ice cream, sandwiches, if it was on a race weekend, that's what we have. But it is truly everything, so don't let me get you here. So if you're like me and you're follically challenged, boom, we got the sunscreen, we got back pills, heartburn, whatever, Dayquil, NyQuil, you know, Band-Aids. We even have breath mints up there. So literally everything they feel like they need. We had an announcer one time say he wanted some Fresca. I didn't even know they still made it. And then we had Fresca for the next 2 years on the road. So whatever they feel like they need, they can make a request, or we'll just simply get it when we go out to the racetrack. We'll go to the grocery store and buy fresh deli meat, you know, cakes, pies, whatever. So there's a lot of goodies. The engineering part is pretty simple, actually. So this, as you can see, proudly brought to you by Racing Electronics. These are the headsets that we use. They only differ from the ones that y'all might use at the track because we got a microphone on ours. And we have this lovely little button here. This is all that keeps us off the air. So I think, let's see, there's nobody past you, so everybody can see this, right? This is all it is. This is called the push to talk button. That makes sense, right?
Okay.
Push it, you're on, push it, you're off. That's it. That's all that keeps us on or off the air. Push it, you're on, push it, you're off. Now, if you've ever watched a broadcast of like a television event, and you see it behind the scenes of a sports broadcast, you may see a person in the truck, a director saying, let's go camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, there's all this direction. We don't do any of that. So if you've heard us at the racetrack for the race weekend, you may hear in the break, which is really funny stuff, when our guys and girls are talking in the break, you may hear our producer say, all right, your mics are hot. When we're going to come back, we're going to come back with Steve with a report on the number 14 of Clint Boyer in the pits, right? They set the scene. But after that, it's all done on the intonation of their voice. They've done this for 10, 15, 20 years together. So when they cross the start-finish line, Alex Hayden will say, as they cross the start-finish into the entrance of turn 1, and Dave Moody in turn 1 knows to start talking. Out of turn 2 into turn 3, Mike Bagley knows to start talking. It's all based on the sound of their voice. You should not hear us run over each other. They are so good at their job that it's basically seamless. Now, there is one time they'll interrupt each other. And we will step on each other.
Trouble in turn 2.
There you go. So it's
Dave Moody.
So it's a keyword, and our keyword is trouble. So we've had people say wreck, caution, whatever. It's always trouble. So if you are listening to broadcasting, you're trouble in turn 3. Yeah,
That's good
right,
timing.
right?
Yeah.
So if Moody, if he's in turn 1 or turn 2, or Bagman, maybe he's in turn 3, whatever, they'll yell that out. That means you stop talking and they start talking. Without very few exceptions, it's going to be called by our turn people. Occasionally, if it's somewhere right within the view of the start finish, it's right in front of Jeff or Alex, then they'll make the call there. But again, most of the time, whoever's talking, that means you stop talking and they start talking, and it's trouble, and they cover that. So other than that, it should be pretty seamless.
Joe Moore. I miss Joe Moore, yeah.
Yep, Joe retired after last year. This year now it's Alex, Hayden, Jeff Striegel, and Rusty Wallace in the booth each broadcast. But it is incredible how seamless it is and how they only step each other when it's trouble somewhere. So, all right, I'll come on down here. How y'all doing? I hear you. Good. Y'all kind of join in here. So as far as the broadcast is concerned, when we're on the road for the race weekend, we do the whole, this is a working office. So we have lockers for everybody. We have fax machine, coffee maker. Of course, we don't need that now because it's blazing hot. But if we go to Martinsville and it's 42 degrees in a sleeting rain and windy, then we'll fire up, again, everything that we need, the lockers. So you see Rusty up there, Winston, Kelly, Kurt Becker, everybody's got their lockers here. Real timing and scoring as well. We have these 3 edit suites. And you see this gray waffly looking material here? That's soundproofing. Right, so we need soundproofing because we're inside the track, and say it's a mile track, it's going to be really loud. So we get everything soundproof. So when you hear a race broadcast, and if you've ever listened to an MRN broadcast, you're going to hear some sort of conversation throughout the course of the race of, hey, there's a problem with the number 9 at Chase Elliott, and let's hear what's going on. And there's a conversation between Chase Elliott and his crew chief, or Chase Elliott and his spotter, and you hear that conversation on the air. That was actually captured here. So if you see this, these are racing electronic scanners. 4-1 SHR, that's Kevin Harvick. 18-1 Joe Gibbs, that's going to be Kyle Busch's scanner. So we have a producer sitting here during the race. He has the live feed from the track. This would actually be the live feed from the track. We're at the track for the race weekend. So if he sees something happen, he can switch it to whoever their driver is. He's listening for it. He hears something he likes. He presses record. Bless you. He presses record here. He records it, edits it down. If you're Kyle Busch, if you're Clint Boyer and all that, you may have a few more beeps than some of the other drivers. Okay, they have to insert the beeps. We edit that down, and then he puts it in this screen, and he'll type in, hey, number 4, Kevin Harvick, vibration. And he'll type that in, and so then what you hear is our guys across the way in the booth that's nowhere near where our truck is, they say, hey, there's a problem with the number 4, Kevin Harvick. Let's hear what's going on. And it sounds seamless. But it was heard here, recorded, put in this screen with notes in there, and then boom, you hear it. So it should sound completely seamless, but it's an entire process to go through what we're doing.
It's so fast the way to do it too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
You guys have 2 trucks. There's like one, like when you guys do the West Coast swing, there's like one.
This machine, conference room, everything is made to be a working truck, if you will. You know, make sure we have a working office. Make sure we get everybody. All right.
There's a few more electronics.
That's right. All right. So, and y'all can get a little closer. I won't bite. So, as far as the race broadcast, everything is run from right here. So Todd is our producer, and he is our board op. So he flies from Daytona Beach everywhere that we go, basically. And he runs the whole smash from right here. So real timing and scoring. He, of course, runs all the commercials and everything from right here, and he also has a feed that's live at the track as well. So he's watching the live feed. He has, he's incredible at what he does. I could never do his job for a race weekend, so there would be more than just these pots. It would be all the way across. That's all of our announcers. That's one job. He also is talking back and forth for our producer, Brian, who's in the booth. That's another job. Then he has to run every commercial that we have here and run all of our breaks. On top of that, he has to keep track with everything. So Money Lion is doing all of our cautions this year. It's not enough when we have a caution that we mention it. He has to hit this key and keep track of it. So then me, the sales guy who has Moneyline as a client, then after the race, I can say, hey, good news, Moneyline, you had 23 caution mentions at Auto Club, which they actually did. So we can say, hey, you know, you're being heard a lot, and this is how many times we heard you. But if he's not doing all that, forget the fact that he's trying to keep up with everything as well and talk to our producer and everybody else. He keeps the whole thing running right here. That's for our 380 plus radio stations in the US and Canada that run our cup races. They also, that's our Sirius XM. It's on NASCAR. All of those folks carry everything, and all of it comes from right here, basically.
So all your audio for all your commercials and all your bits are stored on the servers behind you then?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's
so everything is here. Everything is here. You could take
everything's
this
loaded in our studios, and then of course it's fed here to the truck, and then he puts it out over there.
Okay, so you could run like they said, the full race from here, run the whole production without having to be tied to any internet connection to pull anything up, and you just uplink it up the satellite.
We have our internet. Yeah, we do it through internet. I mean, we yeah, sure. We have the satellites, but then we also have our ISDN lines. You
have redundancy on everything. You probably do both all week.
Sure, and then I mean we have to be able to work. So we have our live. Obviously we have the ability to connect to the internet. We have we're actually connected to the same network that we are when we're here in Concord. So we can be out in Auto Club, and I'm connected to the exact same network that I am back at our office. So everything runs from here, and this is also the coolest seat in the truck. You may see all of these different vents here. That's because all this multi-million dollars worth of equipment has to stay nice and cool. So even if it's 95 degrees like it is today, chances are Todd may have a jacket on when he sits here for hours upon hours when he's here for the race weekend, because it's kind of cool when you're sitting here. Not literally and literally. So it's actually not super warm. So he runs the entire deal from here, and he is awesome at what he does. And again, you have to be able to multitask times about 3.
So you guys doing analytics on all the ads that come up, right? Or like a sponsor says, I want every caution. Or
yep. So Moneyline sponsors the caution. So I've got to be able to go back to Moneyline, and like I delivered a report this week that said, okay, from Martinsville through Kansas, this is how many cautions you had, this is how many mentions you had, or whatever. And all that's kept track by, we're playing it, but then he's also keeping track, and he's hitting his keys to keep a running log of everything that's happening.
Is any of it done by car? I guess visual TV may be different, but is any of it done by car, like M&M's? So a caution for Kyle Busch comes out in the Cup race, right? So do they say, the M&M's 18? Is that counted too, or you don't?
It's not for us. We're just counting whoever our sponsors are. So whatever So like he had the Wrangler one to go at times in races past. Wrangler sponsored the one to go, so he would hit that hotkey and say, okay, we did our mention there. As far as that booth is concerned, that's used for everything else. So our pre-race broadcast, when Woody and Kim are at the track with us, they'll do it from right there. If Pete Pistone and Mike Bagley are on the road with us, which Bagman usually is, they can do their morning show on Sirius XM satellite radio from right there. Same thing with Dave Moody and his afternoon show on the NASCAR channel. He can do that as well. When you hear our one-on-one driver interviews that are done for each of the broadcasts, those are done right there as well. So that is a full working studio. As you see, we can do up to 3 people across the way there, and same thing. It's got all this lovely waffly looking material. We got to make sure it's soundproof. So. All right.
Perfect.
Thanks, y'all.
Diesel power for the whole thing? Diesel engines or generators?
We have generators. It's all yep. And we go generator power, and then we can actually fire up the truck and make sure that we run the truck throughout the day to just make sure.
I don't want to leave the AC
everything running. So, but we have backup. I think we have like 2 different backups.
Yeah. Great tour. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great job, good sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank y'all for coming.
Mr. Lajoie, what is the most positive attribute of your character you bring to the racing world?
Well, I don't even know how to answer that. Probably just the experience of being able to work on the cars as well as obviously drive them, but the knowledge of the cars helps. Just helps you get, especially with the smaller teams, they don't have the simulation help to unload as good as some of the bigger teams. You got to figure out how to get the car better in that short amount of time. So the knowledge of the car has probably been the biggest help.
Perfect. What would you like the fans to know about you?
There's a lot of stuff on my social media and stuff. People can just open it up anymore and just learn a lot about me. But, it's hard to tell the story of how underfunded some of the teams are that we race against, or my team is, versus some of the ones that we beat each and every week. So, you're so reliant on the car that you drive anymore. So
I'm friends with Captain Ron, so I keep up pretty good with it.
Yeah, Captain Ron's a good dude, and they Go Fast especially does a lot with a little. If they had a little bit of money, a little more simulation support, we could do a lot better. But we've been doing pretty well this year.
Perfect. And my last question is, I'm a rookie interviewer. What advice would you give me so I don't get on the bad side of the drivers?
Just do your homework before you get into it. Know the facts, know the backstory of the guys, and don't ask stupid questions.
Exactly. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Well, y'all, that's going to wrap it up for the vlog here at Racing Electronics. Got to meet Corey Lajoie. It was fun to see him. He was nice enough to talk to me afterwards and whatnot. Rusty Wallace didn't show. Whatever. Got to tour the MRN van, or not van, but truck. 53-foot hauler of all beautiful equipment that I would just love to have for this show, or my show. It was a good day. A lot of nice fans I met today. They just sat and talked with them. Got some things I bought. Got some good giveaways. I didn't eat there because I didn't like what they were serving, but that's okay. I'm not gonna hold that against them. It was free, but whatever. Yeah, a lot of nice fans are here for the race. Coca-Cola 600 in town, NASCAR Cup Series. So we're good with that. For more information on that, you can check out my show, Full Throttle with the Gent. Proudly sponsored by Route 1 Auto Service. Sorry, I had to plug it. You know, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that show. I'm actually going to go home and work on today's episode, and then we'll be good. But I'm happy, enjoying life. They just jam on their brakes like it's nothing. There is a big military plane flying over, and I wish I could see it right now. Yeah, I wish I could see it. Yeah, I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Y'all, thank you for joining me on this little side thing. That is hot. Ow. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. God bless our troops. We wouldn't be having our barbecues without them. And then remember them, the sacrifices they made to protect our freedoms. Life is good. I'm going to edit this tonight along with the Full Throttle episode. Episode 28 of Full Throttle. I can't believe it. I started this in February. Already 28 episodes in. I love it. I'm proud of it. Can't wait to bring it to the next level. I got business cards now for it, and I gave them all out today. So alright, y'all, for real this time. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.